ready to get full bellies?
Yes.
The spaghetti is very good. That was compliments of Sorrento's here in Statesville, so it's very good food. And you're going to try it a little bit later, right? Thank you to Phyllis for getting everything set up and all those wonderful cakes she had for us. So, again, appreciate all you guys coming. And now, without further ado, for what we've all been waiting for, our country star.
Rock.
Yeah.
Just because I look like a rock.
All right, thank you, Shellem. I'm going to turn it over to you.
You may think I'm talking foolish. You've heard that I'm wild and I'm free. You may wonder how I can promise you now this love that I give to you will always be. But you're not just time that I'm killing. I'm no longer one of those guys. As sure as I live, this love that I give is gonna be yours until the day that I die. Oh darling, I'm gonna love you forever, forever and ever, amen. As long as old men sit and talk about the weather, and as long as old women sit and talk about old men, if you wonder how long I'll be faithful, I'll be happy to tell you again that I'm gonna love you forever and ever, forever and ever, amen.
Alright, here's what I want you to do. I want you to look at somebody and smile at them real big and say, I'm so glad you got to see me today.
They say time takes its toll on a body. It makes a young girl's hair turn gray. But honey, I don't care. I ain't in love with your hair. If it all fell out, well, I'd still love you anyway. They say time can play tricks on a memory, make people forget what they knew. Well, it's easy to see it's happening to me. I've already forgotten every woman but you. Oh darling, I'm gonna love you forever, forever and ever, amen. As long as old men sit and talk about the weather, and as long as old women sit and talk about old men, if you wonder how long I'll be faithful, I'll be happy to tell you again that I'm gonna love you forever and ever, forever and ever, amen. Oh yes, I'm gonna love you forever and ever, forever and ever, forever and ever, forever and ever, amen.
Here's another 1990s country song we're going to throw out for you. A good friend of mine wrote this song back in '93. It says, Me and God.
There ain't nothing that can't be done by me and God. Ain't nobody gonna come between me and God. One day we'll live forever where the angels try me and God. Early in the morning talking it over, me and God. Late at night talking it over, me and God. would say we're like two peas in a pod, me and God. And He's my Father, and He's my friend, the beginning and the end. He rules the world with a staff and a rod. We're a team, me and God. I'm weak, He is strong, me and God. He forgives me when I'm wrong, me and God. One day we'll live forever where the angels drop, me and God. He's my Father and He's my friend, the beginning and the end. He rules the world with a staff and a rod. We're a team, me and God. Oh, He rules the world with a staff and a rod. We're a team, me and God. Oh, we're a team, me and God.
All right, how's everybody doing in Statesville, North Carolina today? Everybody doing good? All right. Let me ask you something before we get started. How many of you have never seen Shellem Cline live in person before? If that's you, if you've never seen Shellem Cline live in person, I want you to raise your hand. I want you to keep them held really, really high. Everybody in here looks like you've got your hand up except for two of you. And I want y'all to know that y'all are already 2 songs in line. That's right. Because I'm standing right here and I've sung you 2 songs already. And so y'all are lying, and we've just gotten started already. I'm telling you. Well, like I said, my name is Shellem Cline. It's an honor and a privilege to be here with you today. I grew up in a little small town. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of it because it's an awful long way from here, called Troutman, North Carolina. All right, that's where we grew up from. And I grew up about 4 years ago, wound up getting married and following my dream out in Nashville, Tennessee, and left my hometown of Troutman. Since then, in 4 years, we have been able to go full-time in the area of inspirational, positive country and family-friendly comedy, have 18 top 40 hits in inspirational country music, and in June of 2018, we landed our 5th #1 song on the national chart that we'll be singing here for just a little bit. So I'm doing my best to make Iredell County proud, all right? We're trying to put Iredell County on the map, so when anybody says country music, they know we Iredell County. Let's try this again. Iredell-lians. Well, that's an awful big word to try to say for a country boy. Can't we just, how about Iredell hoodlums? Let's call ourselves the Iredell hoodlums and be with it. How about that? That'll work. But of course, like I said, we travel all across the country now, do about 140 dates a year nationwide. Not only do I perform, I actually do a lot of writing for some of today's top gospel and country artists as well. And so we do a lot of writing and everything. So a lot of songs that you may have heard on your local radio stations, I've been able to have the opportunity to be a part of as well. So it's really exciting, and we just thank God every day for the career that He's given us and the opportunity to make people smile, because that's what I enjoy doing. And I hope that something I say or sing here today does just that. Well, back in 2017, it was June of 2017, I'll never forget it, because I walked into our publishing company, and when I got there, my publisher was standing there waiting on me, and I knew one of two things was about to happen. Either A, I was in trouble, or B, he done did something that I ain't gonna like. And I walked in, he looked at me, he said, "Morning, buddy." And I knew right then it was the latter part. So he looked at me, he said, "Look," he said, "we've got a writing session for you this morning that we've planned, but we kind of told you wrong on who it was." And I said, "All right." And they said, "It's a new guy, so you've got to behave." Now, folks, that's hard for me to do. I'm from Iredell County. Y'all know this. I'm a hoodlum. I like it. See, we're already converting them. Amen. There you go. So here we are. I sit down, and this boy come in. He was a young guy from Detroit, Michigan. He was a city slicker. And the first thing he said to me is it true?" And I said, "Is what true?" He said, "I've read your bio, and I've had a lot of people tell me you're about as country as a pan of cornbread. Is it true?" And I said, "Yes, it is." And he looked at me and he said, "I think you should write a song about that." And I said, "Well, what do you think we're doing here today? Why don't we write it while you're here?" He said, "I can't." And I said, "Why not?" He said, "I don't know what cornbread is." That would create a small little problem. So obviously, my family, I grew up singing gospel music. My family was a Southern gospel group, and we traveled locally here around the area and into South Carolina as well. And so he told me, he said, "You need to take your country as cornbread, you need to make it into a gospel tune." He said, "And then send it to me, let's just see how good you really are." And I'm sitting here and I'm thinking, "Son, you're coming into Nashville, Tennessee, and you're a city slicker. I don't think he knows what country music was if it did." And so I'm sitting here and I was bound and determined to write this little kid. He was only 2 years younger than me, but it makes me feel good about that, all right? I was bound and determined to write him a song, so I did. And I sent it to him, and he sent me an email back, and this is what it said. "While I was in the South, I figured out something that y'all say a lot." He said, "So I'm going to use it right now." And then he put ... "Bless your heart." So if it's all right with you, I'd like to share with y'all a song that I'm calling Country Gospel, if that's all right with you. And it just simply says, "I'm country as a pan of cornbread." See how many of y'all this song describes today, all right?
Some say I'm not educated, a country boy with a southern drawl. When I speak to anybody, I use words like "ain't" and "y'all." I try to be kind to everyone, don't let things get under my skin. But this country boy became a prized possession when I got born again. I like taters, beans and biscuits, and a slab of liver mush. I like hunting, fishing and racing, and I slept in the bed of my truck, in the hayfield, in my overalls. I swear I asked my wife to marry me. I'm as country as a pan of cornbread, but my daddy is the king of kings.
What y'all think so far? Y'all like that?
Well, I'm used to dealing with skiers. I like to drive my truck through the mud. And when I see you on that old dirt road, I'll holler and throw my hand up. Down here I may have nothing, I'm just as poor as I can be. But my daddy owns a cattle on 1,000 hills. He is the king of kings. And I like taters, beans and biscuits, and a slab of liver mush. I like hunting, fishing and racing, and I slept in the bed of my truck, in the hayfield, in my overalls. I swear I asked my wife to marry me. I'm as country as a pan of cornbread, but my daddy is the king of kings. Whether you wear boots or a three-piece suit, it doesn't mean a hill of beans. Just as long as you know Jesus, your daddy is the king. And I like taters, beans and biscuits, and a slab of liver mush. I like hunting, fish, and rice, and I slept in the bed of my truck, in the hayfield, in my overalls. Was there I asked my wife to marry me. I'm as country as a pan of cornbread, but my daddy is the king of kings. Well, I'm as country as a pan of cornbread, but my daddy is the king of kings.
All right, I gotta do a song now for all you mamas. You always gotta have a mama song. This is a song that my mama absolutely fell in love with when I sang it to her at Mother's Day last year.
4 years old, with dirt on my face, I've been out in the yard, picking dandelions all day. I burst through the front door when I felt I had enough to give to my mama, to show her my love. Then she held out her hands and she looked down at me. She said, I've never seen flowers as beautiful as these. She's the one who told me about Jesus. She's the one who taught me to sing. She deserves an armful of roses. She's satisfied with a handful of weeds. Now that I'm older and out on my own, I wish I could find more time to make it back home. I could have done better, I know in my heart, than to scribble a note on a last minute card. But then she calls on the phone and the first thing she says is, I've read that card over and over again. She's the one who told me about Jesus. She's the one who taught me to sing. She deserves an armful of roses. She's satisfied with a handful of weeds. She's always known what true love means, and I want her to know what she means to me. She's the one who told me about Jesus. She's the one who taught me to sing. She deserves an armful of roses. She's satisfied with a handful of weeds. She's more than satisfied with a handful of weeds.
Special song for all you mamas. Well, you can't have a mama song unless you have a daddy song, all right? You can't do that. That's just wrong. So, now, my dad, of course, my dad is the biggest redneck you'll ever find in your life, all right? Let me tell you about my daddy real quickly, all right? Very first time we went flying, all right? We got on a plane. I flew him to Nashville. And folks, can I tell you, I promised the good Lord if he got us off that plane, I'd never put my daddy on another one again. He held his end of the bargain up, and I'm holding mine, all right? So here we are. We were getting on a plane, and my dad was sitting there, and he looked at me, and now it was just me and my daddy. And he looked at me, and he said, son, he said, I can't believe we're doing this. And I said, Daddy, it's going to be all right. He said, no. He said, what we're doing is unbiblical. And I said, what are you talking about? We're on an airplane. How is that unbiblical? He said, my Bible says, lo, I'll be with you always. And I looked at him and I said, Daddy, that's not what the Bible is trying to say. Well, about that time, this sweet little lady came up, sit right beside us. Y'all know how many of you ever flown before? All right, so you know, like on the plane we were on, we had 3 seats over here, the aisle down the middle, and 3 seats on this side. Well, it was me. I was sitting at the window seat. My daddy was sitting in the middle, scared to death. He wouldn't admit that, but he's scared to death. And then this sweet little lady came and sat down, and she sat right beside of us and brought out that dirty romance novel. And I knew right then we were in trouble. And my daddy looked at me, and he said, can you believe they're doing this? And I looked at him and said, Daddy, you're going to embarrass me. Stop. I said, lay back, take you a nap, and when we get to Nashville, I'm going to lock you in the hotel room. Well, right before we got going, my daddy looked over at me. He said, son, did I tell you we're making history today? And I said, what? Why? Because it's your first flight? He said, no. He said, do you know that this plane crashed 3 years ago, and it's the first time it's been in the air since it crashed? And about that time, that sweet little lady went, and I just looked at him, I shook my head. And he said, but son, he said, that's not the biggest thing. He said, did you know that today is the pilot's very first time ever flying by himself? That little lady shut that dirty romance novel and she looked over at my dad. She said, excuse me, sir. And this is how she did it. Are you sure that your facts are correct? And my dad looked at her and he said, well, ma'am, if you put down that dirty romance novel, you know if my facts were correct. And that's what he did. And I'm sitting here and I was so embarrassed I was ready to crawl underneath that plane. And I reached over and I looked over. I said, ma'am, I said, my daddy's just nervous. You just have to look over him. He thinks he's a comedian too. No more than I got those words out of my mouth. They came across the intercom and said, folks, we're going to have a little bit of a delay. We're experiencing some technical difficulties. I've never seen a woman jump up so fast and run. You'd have thought J.C. Penney's was having a flash sale she forgot about. She grabbed everything but her dirty romance novel, left it right there in the seat with her. And my dad looked over at me and he said, see what the Lord did for us today? It took another one we can throw away. And I just looked at him, I said, Daddy, you should be ashamed of yourself. But my daddy finally told me that when I get rich and famous, he wanted one thing from me. You know, most of the people would be like a new house or a car or something special. My daddy wants a chicken house. So for Christmas this year, I bought my daddy a chicken house. I had to eat an awful lot of popsicles, and it took me a while to build that thing. And when I went to Walmart and got them little plastic chickens you can just glue right beside of them, and I gave it to my daddy, and my daddy was not happy about it, but boy, my mama was shouting glory when I gave it to him. But you know, can I tell you this? I'm thankful for my daddy who drug me to church every single time that the doors were open. And my daddy showed me a lot of things, that it's all right to do a little hard work, but don't forget to breathe and put a smile on your face as well. And you know, we sit down and we co-wrote this very next song, and my dad was so excited because he had a song about him. But I like to call this my audience participation song. So I'm going to need y'all's help. Y'all going to be my guinea pigs today, all right? So here's what I need you to do. This song is going to tell you a lot of different phrases that my dad used to tell me as I was growing up. So if you've heard these phrases or something kind of paraphrased to what I'm saying here, I want you just to slip your hand up. If you've told your kids these things, I want you to slip your hand up, all right? Because how many of y'all would say you're city slickers here in Statesville, North Carolina this morning? Do we have any city slickers? We've got one, and y'all put her back in the corner where nobody hang out with her. I'm telling I see what we're doing, don't we, darling? You need me to come back here and sing to you on this song. All right, I'll be back here in a minute, all right? You just hang on with me. Praise the Lord for wireless microphones, all right? But I'm going to sing this song, and if you guys ever said any of these lines or heard any of these lines, I want you to raise your hand. We're going to see if we're all on the same page. And we're just going to call this Iredell County's theme song, okay? But it's a song that just simply says, things my daddy said I never heard.
Just because you can don't mean you should. Do without if it helps the greater good. Tell the whole truth even if it hurts. Things my daddy said I never heard. Sure, things can be anything but that. Don't you count your chickens till they hatch. Read your Bible and hold fast to every word. Things my daddy said I never heard. Sometimes I wish I'd listened a little closer to the wisdom of the man who always believed in me. I could have learned from his mistakes if only I had taken the advice that he gave for free. From now on the prayers I'm praying to the children that I'm raising, thankful for a dad that helped him learn all the things my daddy said I never heard. More to life than what these eyes can see. Hard work is good, but don't forget to breathe. Sometimes you win when you don't come in first. Things my daddy said I never heard. Sometimes I wish I'd listened a little closer to the wisdom of the man who always believed in me. I could have learned from his mistakes if only I had taken the advice that he gave for free. From now on the prayers I'm praying to the children that I'm raising, thankful for a dad that helped him learn all the things my daddy said I never heard. All the things my daddy said I never heard.
I was out in the great state of Ohio, and we had the band with us. Not only do we do shows like this, but we have shows where we've got our band with us. And we had the band out there, and I was sitting in my dressing room just hanging out. And about 30 minutes or so before showtime, this guy comes up, knocks on the door, and I opened the door, and he said, "Mr. Cline?" And I said, "Yes, sir." He said, "There's somebody out here about to have a coronary need to speak to you." He said, "So if you'll come with me and give this sweet little lady about 2 minutes of your time," he said, "I'll make her go sit back down." And I said, "All right." I said, "I'll come with you." So I walked out there. She looked at me. She said, "Oh, Shellem." Apparently that's my new nickname, Shellem. And she looked at me and she said, "I want you to know something." She said, "We're in town this week for our family reunion." She said, "There's 67 of us out here that sat here that came to your show tonight." She said, "And I just want you to know that." And I said, "Really?" I said, "That's awesome." She said, I said, "Are you all from this area?" She said, "No." She said, "We've got folks Ohio, North Carolina, Tennessee." She said, "I've got everything out there from the heathen to the deacon." And I got to thinking, that right there would make a really cool little song. And I looked at her and I smiled real big and I said, well, darling, I said, thank you so much for coming. Now, she said, now you remember, when you get out there, you sing me a special song. And I said, all right, we'll do it. So I walked back, and the more and more I started walking, the more and more that heather to the deacon thing got in my head. And I got back there and I grabbed my guitar player and I said, come here, we need to write. And I sat down, in about 10 minutes I wrote this next song. And I walked up to the band and they're all sitting back there hanging out. And I said, boys, y'all better learn this song quick. We're singing it tonight. They said, I've never heard of a song. I said, you're right. It was written right here 3 minutes ago. So they played it and I got out there and I called that sweet little lady, called her out by name, and I talked to her and I said, folks, I said, I wrote this song backstage for this lady. And I wrote it, and after I sung it to her, she looked at me and she said, I feel like a proud mama right now. And I said, really? And she said, yes. She said, that's so sweet. She said, I'm not the deacon, I must be the heathen. And I didn't know what to say after that, so I just told him to start playing another song real quick, and we went to the next one. But I want to share this song with you. It's a song that folks just have fallen in love with, and it's called Heathen to the Deacon. This is one of those two-stepping songs, all right? Us are in church every morning. Some have never darkened the doors. Some have never been married. Some are married and divorced. We're all from different cities, from Ohio to Tennessee. We love each other all the same in this great big family. From the heathen to the deacon, from the young to the old, from the military to the civilian, from the quiet to the bold. Well, we all stick together. You mess with them, you're gonna mess with me. From the heathen to the deacon, we're just one big family. We don't always see eye to eye, sometimes we even fuss and fight. But if we do one thing wrong, you're gonna bet we're gonna make it right. We all love Mama's cooking and a good glass of sweet tea. And we will bow our heads every time that we sit down to eat. From the heathen to the deacon, from the young to the old, from the military to the civilian, from the quiet to the bold. We all stick together. You mess with them, you're gonna mess with me. From the heathen to the deacon, we're just one big family. Now God made us all blood kin, but none of us are the same. But if you come around here and mess, you're gonna know us all by name. From the heathen to the deacon, from the young to the old, from the military to the civilian, from the quiet to the bold. Well, we all stick together. You mess with them, you're gonna mess with me. From the heathen to the deacon, we're just one big family. From the heathen to the deacon, we're just one big family. I believe kids ought to stay kids as long as they can.
Turn off the screen, go climb a tree, get dirt on their face. I believe we gotta forgive and make amends. 'Cause no one gets a second chance to make a new home free. And I believe in working hard for what you got, even if it don't add up to a heck of a lot. And I believe most people are good, and most mamas unqualified for saying good. And I believe most Friday nights look better underneath our stadium lights. I believe you love who you love, ain't nothing you should ever be ashamed of. I believe this world ain't half as bad as it looks. I believe most people are good. I believe most people are good. Although the streets of gold are worth the wait, I would still wanna go even if they were paved in dirt. I believe that you spend well on the young. There's wisdom in your teens, be a lot less fun. And I believe if you go just by morning news, your faith in all mankind would be the first thing you lose. I believe most people are good, and most mamas are qualified for saying good. I believe most Friday nights look better underneath on the stadium lights. I believe you love who you love, ain't nothing you should ever be ashamed of. I believe this world ain't half as bad as it looks. I believe most people are good. Oh, yeah. I believe the days go slow, years go fast. Every breath's a gift, first one to the last. I believe most people are good, and most mamas aren't qualified for saying good. I believe most Friday nights look better underneath on the stadium lights. I believe you love who you love, ain't nothing you should ever be ashamed of. I believe this world ain't half as bad as it looks. I believe most people are good. I believe most people are good. I believe most people are good.
Well, I'm going to do a song now for you. I'm going to go back and do a song that I grew up singing when I was just a little kid. Now, I was a huge country fan. I was born in 1988. I turned the retirement age of 30 on Memorial Day this year. And I grew up singing this song, and it was so cool because just a few months back we had a big event over at the Grand Ole Opry. And I got invited to sing, and this young man showed up, and I had the opportunity to sing this song with him, and boy, it scared me to death. And I just about forgot the words and had to rewrite the song, all right? But I want to share this song with you. Any of you that love some 90s country, I know y'all gonna remember this one. It's a song that just simply says, "Paint me a burning."
He was sitting there, his brush and hay, hanging waves as they danced across the sea. With every stroke you brought to light the deep blue of the ocean against the morning sky. I asked him if he only painted ocean scenes, and he said for $20 I'll paint you anything. Could you paint me a Birmingham? Make it look just the way I planned. A little house on the edge of town, porch going all the way around, and put her there in a front yard swing. Cotton dress making early spring. For a while she'll be mine again. If you could paint me a Birmingham. He looked at me with knowing eyes, took a canvas from his back, there by his side, picked up the brush and said to me, son, just where in this picture would you like to be? And I said, if there's any way you can, could you paint me back into her arms again? Could you paint me a Birmingham? Make it look just the way I planned. A little house on the edge of town, porch going all the way around. Put her there in a front yard swing. Cotton dress making early spring. For a while she'll be mine again. If you could paint me a Birmingham, paint me a Birmingham. Make it look just the way I planned. A little house on the edge of town, porch going all the way around. Put her there in a front yard swing. Cotton dress making early spring. For a while she'll be mine again. If you could paint me a Birmingham, oh, paint me a Birmingham.
I'm going to do a song for you now. This is actually my latest #1 song. Some of you may have heard this on the radio station. It was kind of cool. I was getting to hang out with my family yesterday, and we were going down the road, and they were flipping through the channels, and I was listening to one of the country stations, and this song came on, and I looked at my mama. I said, I know that boy. And my mama looked at me, and she said, I birthed that boy. So that was pretty cool, but this was a #1 song for me in inspirational country music for June of 2018. But folks, this song has a very special meaning to me. And I want to share this story with you, if that's all right with you here today. Growing up, I had a best friend of mine that grew up in middle school, high school. We went to college together. And he could play the guitar like none other. He loved to sing harmony. Now, he wouldn't be out here doing what I'm doing because he don't like to sing the melody parts. He said, give him a microphone and a guitar, as he called it. He'd stand right here and smile at you, play and sing some harmony notes. But that young man, we were the best of friends. And in 2010, when we graduated college, he went off to the military. And obviously I stayed here and began to do some singing. Of course, when I had what many people call a real job, I had my real job going before we went full-time in the music industry. But every single night, me and my best friend about 9:30 would get on Skype. I'd sit there and I'd wait on him. He'd call me. He would just be getting up in the morning overseas, and I'd be going to bed. And we'd sit there and talk for about 10 minutes about different things. And I'd tell him if I found me any girls that I liked this week. And he'd tell me if he found him any girls over there that he liked that week. You know, just fun stuff like that. We were picking back and forth. And there was one night I will never forget. I was sitting there and I was waiting because something big had just happened. I don't even remember what it was that was big, but I was excited because I couldn't wait to tell him about it. Because again, he was my best friend. But that call never came. And at 3 a.m. the next morning, my dad knocked on my door and got me up. And he told me, he said, I need you to get up, I need you to go somewhere with me. And I had no clue what was going on until I arrived at my best friend's house. And his mom stood in the doorway and told me that she had got the call he had been killed in action. And I'm going to be honest with you folks, it was a time in my life to where I literally felt a piece of my heart just fall out. My best friend was gone. And at his funeral, his mom walked up to me and she said, I've got 2 things I want to give you. One was this necklace that I wear at every single show that I do, because he's still over here playing the guitar. Y'all just can't see him. He's doing it from heaven. And his Bible that I put on my desk. It's sat there ever since the day that she gave it to me. And it was the night before I was going to Nashville, Tennessee. I'll never forget it. August 14th, 2017. And I was on my way to Nashville the very next day. That night I walked into my office there at the house. I was actually here in Statesville, and I walked in and I ran into the desk that his Bible was sitting on, and the Bible fell off, and I grabbed it, but a piece of paper fell out. And I'd already decided, I had my plan of what was going on. I'd already decided that the tour for 2018 and my album for 2018 was going to be called This Thing Called Life. That's what it was. And when I reached down and picked up that piece of paper, I opened it up, and at the very top of the song that we had started writing in 2009 was the words, This Thing Called Life. The exact title, the absolute exact title, that's been aggravating me, I had to get it in my pocket. The exact title of 2018's tour and the CD itself. And I took it to Nashville. We put the music to it, sent the song out to radio. And my radio promoter called me 9:30 on Memorial Day. And he called me, and he first off, he said, how's it feel to be an old man of 30? And I said, I'm tired. But he told me, he said, man, he said, I've got something I want to share with you. He said, I really got excited when I saw it. He said, and I couldn't wait to tell you. And I said, what's that? He said, today we celebrate your birthday. He said, but we also celebrate the day in honor and in memory of every single man and woman that gave their life for their country, including your best friend. And I said, yeah? He said, but today we celebrate something else. And I said, what do you mean? He said, you know that song that you and your best friend wrote in 2009 that's out to radio? And I said, yes. He said, that's your 5th #1 song on the national chart, and it came out on Memorial Day. Folks, that was cool. And that was just something that really inspired me. Because, you know, it was something that a tragedy turned into a victory, but now this song is touching lives all across the country and even across the world as well, being played in different countries. And I want to share this with you today, and I hope this is a blessing to you, because it's a song that just simply says, this little thing we call life. How small is this little thing we call life? And what do we do each and every day to make somebody smile in this life?
They say that life is only just a vapor. You were here 1 minute, then you're gone. But it's not the first or last breath that makes you who you are, but it's that dash that they place on your tombstone. One of the greatest gifts that God has ever given is the breath we find inside our lungs that we use every day. I wanna be a beacon that forever shines so bright. Oh, let me always be that shining light, helping others in this little thing that we call life. Everywhere I look, hate is filling up the air. From the courthouse next to the church house, and many times we just don't care. But I want to be different, sharing love, not spreading hate. Oh, let me be a vessel and not a stumbling block, I pray. Because one of the greatest gifts that God has ever gave is the breath we find inside our lungs that we use every day. I wanna be a beacon that forever shines so bright. Oh, let me always be that shining light, helping others in this little thing that we call life. When life gives you lemons, go and make some lemonade. Go on and be a blessing to someone you see today. One of the greatest gifts that God has ever gave is the breath we find inside our lungs that we use every day. And I wanna be a beacon that forever shines so bright. Oh, let me always be that shining light, helping others in this little thing that we call life. Oh, let me always be that shining light. Help me help others all the time in this little thing that we call life, that we call life.
Is it all right if I go over about 3 minutes? Is it all right? You ain't gonna throw nothing at me if I do, are you? She will. Well, I got something, darling. I made you a promise. I need you to come stand right here because I'm about to sing a song to you. I was not. I got you. Yes, ma'am. All right. Well, I'm going to do something special for you because they put you back there in that corner all by yourself. All right? Now, listen, I was in East Tennessee, a little town called Jonesboro, Tennessee, and I was doing a theater, and this woman come up to me after the show, and she said, I thought you said you sang country. And I said, I do. She said, no. She said, I didn't hear no original love songs, and you've got to have an original love song to sing country. And I said, well, darling, I said, give me an idea. And she said, no. She said, you go write one. That's why we call it original. I said, all right, that's fine. So I got with one of my buddies, and we wrote this song. And every year, I propose to my wife, actually, through a song. I've sung to her at our wedding, and every anniversary I sing to her a very special song. We've written a song called I Love You More Than Ice Cream. I had my very first one was Aren't You Glad I Don't Look Like Your Doll? And last year's was Baby You Know You Want to Kiss Me Right in the Mouth. Well, we had this song, and I want to share this one. Now, any husbands and wives we have, is there any husbands and wives here? Oh, we've got some of you that like, oh no, should we raise our hand or not? All right, here's what I want you to do. I want you husbands to grab your wife by the hand. Look at them in the eyes. Some of them are like, no thank you. They looking scared. Oh, there you go. Only in Iredell County do you see that. That's it. Only in Iredell County right there, folks. That right. I feel another country love song coming on just because y'all three right here. And I'm going to let you stand in for my wife today, and I'm going to sing a song for you, all right? And I hope this is going to bless her heart. Now listen, some of y'all might think this song is better than an Elvis song. So if you've got your hankies, go ahead and get them out and get ready to throw them, because this might be the song of the century right here, all right?
You know I really love you, and you know my love is so true. Well, darling, if I was a rich man, let me tell you what I'd do. You see, I'd buy you a Cadillac and a new Mercedes too. If my nose was running money, I'd blow it all on you. If my nose was running money, I'd blow it all on you. Yes, I'd buy you that restaurant and even a Mustang too. Well, I'd build you a mansion up on that mountaintop. If my nose was running money, but honey, it's not.
What you like? Did you like that? It was very original. Now what? Oh, you need to go get your hanky and throw it. She missed the cue.
You need some hanky. Yeah, there you go.
There you go. There you go. So, I thought about singing that to my wife. And my wife hadn't liked any of my songs that I've sung for her so far. And so I gave that to a friend of mine, and he said, man, he said, I know what you need. He brought me out a business card. And I said, what's that? He said, that's my brother-in-law. He's the best divorce lawyer in Nashville, Tennessee. He said, you're going to need it after that song. Y'all had fun here today? Awesome, awesome. Thank you so much for letting me come and be with you. I've got one more song I'm going to end out with you. And this is actually a song that wound up being a #1 song for me for 2 consecutive months. And was actually named Inspirational Song of the Year at the ICMAs there in Nashville, Tennessee. Some of you may have actually seen the music video. You can go online to YouTube and actually watch the official music video that also won the video for the Diamond Awards. It was a video of the year at the Diamond Awards for 2016 as well. So you guys can check that out. That was the one that put us on the map. Now, real quickly, before I sing my last song, I got to know something. 2 things. First off, if you're interested, I do have some CDs with us here today. This CD has the song This Thing Called Life on it, as well as Heathen to the Deacon, a few of the other ones we did today. All this is inspirational, positive country, including Country is Cornbreads on there, all right? But all that's on this. This is the album for 2018. We also have a limited edition album that we've got going on. This has 15 different songs. Every one of these songs was a top 40 hit for me, except for 2 of them, and they were old hymns. So there's a lot of Christian music going back to Southern gospel days and Christian country on here. And so here's what we're going to do. Because I'm in Statesville, my hometown, we're going to have the Shell Mart special today. It's better than Walmart. Why? Because Walmart don't carry them. So this is the Shell Mart special. You can get both CDs today. If you want one CD, we'll get it for $15, or you can get both CDs for $20 today. All right, we'll do that for you. Do have some T-shirts that says "Smile." I promise it won't hurt you. And we don't have those out yet, but it's kind of up here. If you're interested in those, you can actually order those as well. But now, let me ask you this before I sing this final song. How many of y'all have Facebook? Or as I like to call it, America's Gossip Column. How many of y'all got the America's Gossip Column? All right, here's what I need you to do. How many of you have it on your phone? All right, I need you to grab your phone out right now when you have it, because I need your help. I need you to go like Shellem Cline Music. It's SHELLEMCLINE Music. Shellem Cline Music. I need you to push the like button, and here's why. I want my wife to think I have friends. Okay? So I need y'all to help me so when I get home, I can show my wife, see, I do have people that have liked the Shellem Cline music page, so they must be my friends. And then my wife will be like, I'll give you a cookie and I can have some Skittles because my wife's got me on a diet plan, and if I bring home 25 likes, I get me some Skittles. So I need 25 likes from y'all here, okay? So y'all help me out with that. But again, you go online to Shellem Cline Music there via Facebook, or of course, obviously, you can go to our website, shellemcline.com as well. All right, here's the final song for you guys today. Thank you so much for letting me come hang out with you a little bit. It's a song that just simply says Blue Jeans and Biscuits. It was the #1 song in inspirational country music for 2 straight months back in 2017.
A record man called me up. He told me I could sing. So I packed my bags and headed out to Nashville, Tennessee. But it only took a couple days to see this is not where I belong. So when my best friend Michael called me, I told him I wanted to come home and give me blue jeans and biscuits with gravy on the side, and give me land on church house where the steeples raised real high, and give me all the family gatherings and some of Mama's sweet tea. Give me blue jeans and biscuits, 'cause that's how God made me.
She got so excited over here, she didn't turn her cup over.
How I want to go back to that house there on the farm. Cozy Saturday mornings with my wife in my arms. I really miss those summer nights when we would dance out in the rain. 'Cause all I hear in this city is cussing, cars and planes. So give me blue jeans and biscuits with gravy on the side, and give me that old church house where the steeples raised real high, and give me all the family gatherings and some of Mama's sweet tea. Give me blue jeans and biscuits, 'cause that's how God made me. Now you can try to make me sit down, except it's socially. But friend, there ain't no way that you can take the country out of me. So give me blue jeans and biscuits with gravy on the side, and give me that old church house where the steeples raised real high, and give me all the family gatherings and some of Mama's sweet tea. Give me blue jeans and biscuits. You can keep your collard greens. Give me all the family gatherings and some of Mama's sweet tea. Give me blue jeans and biscuits, 'cause that's how God made me. Yeah, that's how God made me.
Thank you so much. You guys have a great rest of the day. Thank you for coming.